We know that the debate over immigration in the United States is one of the most polarizing issues in modern politics, with strong opinion on both the sides. Recently, Jasmine Crockett, lawyer and Congresswoman, added fuel to the fire when she claimed that crossing into the United States illegally is not a crime. Her statement, made during an appearance on a TV show, quickly ignited a lot of controversy, with critics accusing her of misrepresenting the law. Crockett argued that Republican leaders were misleading Americans by saying that illegal immigrants were committing crime. She insisted that crossing the border without authorization was merely a civil violation, not a criminal offense. They continue to say things like the illegals and that they broke the law coming in. But what they are not telling the American people is that it is a civil violation. It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It's not criminal. It's not a crime. That's what Crockett explained. Her comments immediately sparked a lot of backlash, with legal experts and social media users pointing out that federal law directly contradicts her claim. Now let me first tell you what exactly does US law actually say. To understand the controversy, it's very important to look at the actual legal status that govern illegal migration. Under 8 USC 1325, crossing US border illegally is a federal misdemeanor. First-time offender can face fines and up to 6 months in jail. If they re-enter illegally, they can be sentenced up to 2 years in prison. Under 8 USC 1326, if a person had been deported and then that person re-enters illegally, they can face up to 10 years in prison. If they have a criminal record, and that too serious one, they can be sentenced to 20 years in prison. So, under existing US law, entering the country illegally is in fact a crime. However, where Crockett may have a partial point in the distinction between illegal entry and overstaying a visa. While entering the country illegally is a crime, but overstaying a visa, meaning somebody came to the US legally but remained after their visa expired, is a civil offense and not a criminal one. In the meantime, Crockett's statement quickly went viral and criticism was relentless. Many pointed out that a licensed attorney, she should have known better. Some even mocked her qualification, questioning how someone with a legal background could misinterpret federal law. One user brought up the case of Laken Riley, a nursing student from Georgia who was murdered by an undocumented migrant. The person wrote, "Tell that to Laken Riley's mother." This tragic case has been frequently cited by those who argue for stricter immigration enforcement, as Riley's alleged killer had entered the country illegally and was allowed to remain. But you know what? Instead of backing down, Crockett shifted the conversation, accusing Republicans of hypocrisy. She claimed that they were only concerned about crimes when it involved migrants, but were willing to defend Donald Trump, who she referred to as biggest criminal in American politics. That's why I wanted to point out, don't give me this fake outrage about criminals roaming over streets when you guys stand 10 toes down from the biggest criminal that we have ever seen go into the White House. That's what she argued. Let me tell you, this isn't the very first time that she has attacked Donald Trump. Back in February 2025, she harshly criticized him for firing FBI officials and federal prosecutors involved in case related to January 6 Capitol riots. She warned that Trump was attempting to weaken the justice system and dismantle checks and balances that have kept the US government stable. You know, the firestorm surrounding Crockett's comments reflects the broader debate over immigration policy in the US. Let me give you some of the biggest points of contention. First of all, studies suggest that undocumented immigrants commit crimes at a lower rate than native-born Americans. However, high-profile cases like Laken Riley's murder has fueled calls for stricter border enforcement. Secondly, illegal border crossing have skyrocketed in recent years, with many criticizing the Biden administration's approach to immigration enforcement. Thirdly, some major US cities limit cooperation with federal immigration authorities, which Republicans argue make it easier for undocumented criminals to evade arrest. At last, Trump's presidency focused on building the border wall and cracking down on illegal immigration, while Biden's administration has offered legal protection to some undocumented migrants and expanded pathways to citizenship. Well, Crockett's comments may have been misleading, but it has reignited an already very intense political debate. The question remains, should crossing the border illegally be treated as serious crime, or should the US focus on other enforcement priorities? One thing is certainly clear, this debate isn't going away anytime soon, and with Trump in the office, immigration will likely to be one of the defining issues shaping voters' decision. What do you think? Let us know.